Better leave it to the professionals.
Blessed by Gandhi, blah, blah, blah.
Started off with a bit, now I got coin. I see where y'all going. Been poppin' since Web 1, hella hopes on Web 2. I was living a dream, now I'm on Web 3. And it is what it seems, topping the pyramid schemes, I'm telling you. I'll sell you a percentage on Nebula. Shout out to Vince, he'll set it up.
Surfing on the web and I'm shooting at 3. I've been goated when I got my G. I'm an alien boy from a different planet, yeah. So I got my drink, I'm riding in the 1920s Model T Ford. Car era lore. Call me Levi playing on the keys, boy. And I'm about to put my gloves on. If I said it, then I meant that. Yeah, I like that one, I'm about to get that. Crash that whip for the drumsticks, whiplash. I'm about to get them all. Are you with that? In a white boat, surrounded by blue. I want one, but I got a cop too. I wanna fly high in the sky, arms out wide, trying to soar from a bird's eye view. I'm on fire, Ricky, Bobby, cracking the pavement, Whitney, Bobby. I'm a Saki bomb, Hiroshima, Nagasaki. Bruce Wayne been a dog, and I keep it 101, cause I'm feeling kinda spotty. You sipping on some rock, and I'm sipping on octane. The only thing around my neck is the
Started off with a
blockchain.
bit, now I got coin. I see where y'all going. Been poppin' since Web 1, hella hopes on Web 2. I was living a dream, now I'm on Web 3. And it is what it seems, topping the pyramid schemes, I'm telling you. I'll sell you a percentage on Nebula. Shout out to Vince, he'll set it up.
NFT, Twitter, blockchain. Seeing with the ghosts and we ballin' like LeBron James. Crypto. We can make a trade, get the memo. Refuse not falling for the FOMO. Listening to Coffee with Captain. You know we worldwide, they loco. I ain't never gonna stop rapping. Orlando, yeah, we working magic. We rocking Ethereum NFTs. I just went and caught me a half base. Man, I gotta shout out
Started
the
off with a
party.
bit, now I got coin. I see where y'all going. Been poppin' since Web 1, hella hopes on Web 2. I was living a dream, now I'm on Web 3. And it is what it seems, topping the pyramid schemes, I'm telling you. I'll sell you a percentage on Nebula. Shout out to Vince, he'll set it up.
Freaking the mood to choose one, but they got knowledge to move, son. I'm shocking in shades with my brother in suits, yeah, them blues is coming. Even though it's hard to pick, eeny, miny, mo, soda on the mix, no biting lips, it's time to go. Index number 1, no thumbs up, you gotta scroll. Looking at the ghost in studio, it's time to go. Had a helmet on by myself until I met a mask that wanted to have a face off. So I had to bring my chainsaw, full tank of gas in the drive with my brakes off. I'm A1, but a different kind of steak sauce.
Welcome to Coffee with Captain, powered by ApeCoin, where we dive into all things crypto, NFTs, Web3, and cutting-edge technology. Remember, nothing here is financial advice. Early-stage tech can be exceptionally volatile and risky. So grab your coffee and join Cap and Steve for today's conversation.
Welcome to the future.
Connect to my iPhone mic again. 1 sec. Check. Are we live? Check. Please let me know. YouTube is a sound back. Are we good over on the YouTube streets? Risk Brian or Osiris, can you hear me over there on YouTube? Got it. Absolute zero. I take that's the sound. Thumbs up. There we go. Awesome. Appreciate the help. Appreciate the assistance. We are live. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Abstract. We're live on X. The video actually would not send. It's the first time that ever happened. StreamYard gave me says an error occurred on X. This is usually temporary. Wait a moment and try again. I may try that in a bit. We'll probably just leave the X video down today, knowing it is going to be intermittent at best. And we will lean into YouTube and Abstract. Again, if you're on X, GM, appreciate the X faithful, but it's like 99% down this morning. Most people can't get post-to-load or can't get in there at all. It's a Cloudflare outage. I will, let me actually just pull up the report. We'll double check. taking down parts of the internet. We are toast, man. If the robots ever decide to take us out, it's very obvious how they can take us out. I'm trying to find where's the Cloudflare report, Joey? Link me that Cloudflare report that you were showing. Cloudflare status. There it is. Second link on Google. So it's red across the board. If you haven't seen it yet, it's actually not an X issue. Well, I mean, it is an X issue, but it's bigger than just X. This was the most recent update. During our attempts to remediate, we have disabled warp access in London. Users in London tried to access the internet via warp. We'll see a failure to connect. Investigating, seeing services recover, but customers, they continue to observe higher than normal error rates. So we continue remediation efforts. We continue to investigate. Experiencing an internal service degradation. Some services may be intermittently impacted. We focus on restoring service. We'll update as soon as we're able to remediate. Support portal providers experiencing issues, and as such, customers might be encountering errors viewing or responding to support cases. Santiago, Tahiti, LA. So yeah, Cloudflare down. X just wiped everyone out of the space as well. Oh, you're back again. So here, just so you guys are aware, I see again a handful of them in X. You may or may not be there because like every few seconds it completely zeroes it out, makes me look like I'm the only one in the space. Then people come back, but seems like an opportunity here. Like for these large companies, I've never ran a big tech company. I've ran small retail businesses, and even in our small retail businesses, we had redundancy plans. You know, internet went out, we had a backup internet, you know, like an air card, Jesus Christ, a hotspot, whatever they call them nowadays. Telemetry for like mission critical stuff. Like, am I wrong in thinking that they're like companies like X should probably, maybe it's just technically it's not that easy, but it's now a couple times Cloudflare has been down or getting attacked or whatever the hell's happening, and it like turns the internet off. You would think X, Amazon, etc. can have a fallback plan, can have some redundancy planning there. I don't know. Someone that understands network optimization maybe can educate me on this one, but not great. And yeah, if things ever really hit the fan, yeah, X is wrecked. X is definitely wrecked. Shout out to everyone who popped over in. Yeah, the internet is centralized as we know it. Indeed, we'll be working the chats today. Yeah, Twitter's down. It's a Cloudflare issue, seemingly. So yeah, shout out to everyone who found us over on Abstract as well as YouTube. It will be, I know I've said it a few times with Steve been out. It is going to be a shorter show today without any audience. No interview scheduled, no special guest scheduled, and no ability to bring users up on stage as X is on the fritz. So that said, we'll do like a market update. We'll talk a little bit. If anyone has anything on your mind, anything that you would like to chat through this morning, I'm just making sure that audio is coming through. I think that the can't hear me are okay. Dilly, got it. We're good. Mayhem won't be my vision, anyways. Won't be a lot of cooks. Just people can enjoy the buffet. Joey, I don't even see you on X. So apparently, like right now, my space shows no one in the audience. Now it flashed back and I see Aspiring Nobody, I see Beasting, I see Brickadall, I see Hammer, and I see QBN Ape, and that's it. That's the only thing. There's 5 counts showing in my space. But Joey, if you want, I will I know you're not going to come troll me. At least I don't believe you'll come troll me at an inappropriate time. So if you want, I can, Von Frutton, this is actually the one thing on my agenda that I am planning to talk about today. This is the one thing I have on top of my talk about list. And I will, I'll hit on that. If there's anything else anyone else has on their mind, if anyone wants to talk about REKT, let me know. Joey, I'm going to send you a DM for the, oh shit, I can't even send a DM. Yeah, actually, I'll send you a DM in there. I sent you a DM in Discord. Your message could, oh, wait, hold a second. I'll add you as a friend first. Joey, we've just become, oh, I sent you the request to become Discord friends. It's about time, buddy. I tried to send you a message with the StreamYard link if you want to jump on and talk, but we're not friends on Discord. We're in 9 mutual servers, no friendship yet. So only took 4 years to become friends. Welcome. I was trying to DM you on X. That's you can imagine how well that went. Let's get warmed up here in a bit. It's odd. It's gonna be an odd show this morning. I usually have at least a gauge. Are we warmed up? Do I need to extend the cold open? Should I jump into things because we're hot? No idea. I'm flying in the dark today. So flying in the dark, no guests, no Machiavelli. You know what? Yeah, look, a couple minutes. It's going to be the first topic we dive into is the REKT thing. Machiavelli's asking what happened. Yes, a whale dumped, but it was more than that. A whale started dumping, and then IMF, International Meme Fund, is a it's a way to pull collateral out of your memes, similar to like what people do NFT lending, etc. So that IMF has worked. There was some REKT holders that were using IMF to pull liquidity out of their meme bags. This whale dumps, crashes the price. Basically margin called everyone that was using IMF. I think literally everyone that was in IMF got liquidated, and that led to more liquidations and sent the price tanking. Charts already recovered, I think, back to where it was prior to the dump. I think I saw the whale has about 200K left, and so expecting more sell-offs, but there's money to be made in every market. If you were paying attention and you saw OSF's post on this yesterday, I think anyone who bought the dip are up like maybe a 3x, maybe more. It takes some cojones to do that when things are red as a candle can get. But yeah, we'll hit on that a little more. I'll show some charts. Welcome to Abstract 7916. No new people can join. Can't even search you on X. Yet the space is shot today. I don't, unless somehow, and even, I guess even if X comes back, we might be toast on the space since it was already started before Cloudflare fixes their issues and X comes back. So if we're cutting in and out, if we're having any audio issues or anything on X, I'd recommend heading over to Abstract or on my Abstract. It's just Captain Zwingli on Abstract. Actually, why we're pushing Abstract on YouTube today, need 8 followers over on Abstract to get over 600. If anyone wants to give me a follow there, would appreciate it. And YouTube, as always, we don't pump our YouTube enough. Our guy Payne works tirelessly to promote that. This is the day we're making up ground on Sun Frontin'. If you've not yet given us a subscription, subscribe, like. You can tell I'm not still not a well-versed streamer. I don't know how to get that stuff. I'm going to shout out disclaimers like I'm the Micro Machine Man, but there's like 7 people who were born in 1980 to understand that reference. But for the rest of you, excuse me. I almost changed the space. X is down, but who cares? No one's going to see it anyways. Not fully recovered, but it is up from the bottom. This is REKT we're talking about. No link. Joey, I'll send it again. There you go. You should see it now. It wouldn't let me send it when we weren't friends. Can't spam you links if we're not friends. Yeah. Let's here's the Abstract link. I'm gonna drop this in the Discord. Sorry. Abstract is in the Discord. And then let me go grab YouTube. I'll drop that into Discord for those that are looking. And then let me go grab YouTube. You're going to get a little echo there while I pulled up the link. At least it wasn't an ED ad this morning. It was just me talking. Thank you, YouTube, for honoring my request. There we go. That's actually a pretty cool screenshot on Coffee with Captain. Yeah, I wish I'd bought REKT as well on the dip. I wasn't. I really wish I had. I would have went pretty hard. I just wasn't. Life stuff, man. But I'm trying to buy a house, and it's costing me more than you ever think, because it. That was my yesterday. The process of buying a home had me out looking at said home and missed my dip buying opportunity. Home ownership's for the birds, they say. Let me get back to stream. Oh, Joey's there. Joey, I'm going to put you up on stage. You don't have to come on video. I just want a quick mic check. Can you hear me okay? Check.
I can hear you okay. I'm actually in the kitchen making breakfast for the family.
Hey, what are we making this morning?
Bacon and cheese omelets.
You looking good? Looking a little dapper. The grays, the silver fox Joey joining the I've got a confession. Let me actually pull it up. We got a few more minutes of cold open since everyone's struggling through X issues trying to find us here this morning. I gotta copy this from my phone. There's like one thing in my, not one thing. There's two things. This is like confessions with Cap this morning, since we're Micro Machine Man is goated. Like the kids don't even know. We miss Saturday morning cartoons. We miss things like Micro Machine Man. We talk about like the lack of original IP, and I think we also have a lack of people like the Micro Machine Man in our lives today. Joey, this is the Instagram ad I was served up that got me this morning. So you're going to get a glimpse into my brain and how it works. And now that I've shared this, now that I've copied and pasted, now for the next 3 or 4 weeks, this is all I'm going to get served up in my Instagram reels, my Instagram feed is this stupid shit, Joey. But yes, this is Taxi Cap Confessions. If anyone wants to do a jingle for this, I would accept. You might get featured on Coffee with Captain. We'll give you credit if you are the jingle we choose for Taxi Cap Confessions. My Taxi Cap Confessions this morning are 2. There's 2 things that bother me about aging. I don't feel old. I really, truly feel like, I don't know. I say that. There's times like I get a little, like my energy, not every day, but some days my energy is just not where I'm accustomed to being. And the thoughts start creeping in my head like, shit, man, is this age getting me, or do I just need some sleep? Over the weekend, I ran long one night. I just needed some extra sleep. I'm caught back up. I woke up this morning feeling great. I do want to start like the peptide cycle. Like I want to get, like I'm probably going to start some.
By the way, I got a much cheaper connection now.
I was saying,
through a firefighter friend.
Here's what's preventing me from doing that is I don't want to commit to $5,000 a year. Like I'm not an NFL athlete. Like
I got it down to like, depending on which ones you want, it's down to like $300 or $400 a month now, which is pretty cheap.
Yeah, I mean, $300 a month is not cheap, but for health it is. Like I spend $300 a month on worse shit, right? That's like a good dinner here in St. Pete. So yes, I'm in on that stuff. I also, but like as far as like mostly I feel good. The things that really bother me mentally, that is something I'm like, I'm not ashamed of, but it bothers me that it bothers me. Does this make sense? Like, I don't want to be, I feel good. And I don't want like, oh, I'm another year older, or, oh, this shit is, my beard is one. My beard is one. And then Raheem, I wouldn't say F you, Raheem, because he's a good man. And now I can't even access X at all. So I can't share that post. But Raheem had a post this morning that was like, crypto ages you faster than any other industry. He's right. I do agree. I've done very well in this space. Could have done better. And I think the could have done better is what adds to the stress or the aging. I had a little, like my beard looked kind of like yours prior to getting in crypto, Joey. I had like basically I had a couple spots on my chin that were starting to go white. And now it's like, it's all, you can't even see my beard on the screen. It's like all fucking white. The only thing I got that hasn't went white yet is my mustache. So if you look far enough away, it looks like all I have is a mustache. So the whitening of my facial hair kind of bothers me. I don't want my hair to go gray. I'm grateful it's still there. I'm not losing any hair. I don't want a white head of hair in my 40s. The beard bothers me. The other thing that was bothering me was my crow's feet. My crow's feet were really bothering me.
Are you about to confess that you're going to get Botox?
I already got it. That's my Tapsy Cap confessions this morning. I got Botox a few weeks ago, and it's fucking life changing, man. Like if like I would like take a selfie or I'd be taking a picture with someone, and I smile a lot and I smile hard. So like my smile lines have gotten to the point where it was bad, and now you can't even see it. And all I did was my crow's feet. I didn't go crazy, and I think it looks natural. I don't think you can really tell I got Botox. And it makes me feel better. Like I have no qualms with taking a picture now or smiling. And before I was like, fuck, it just makes me look older than I am. The crow's feet, the gray hair, everything else about my life, I think I'm in good shape. I've got high energy. I don't need the medication that YouTube ads is trying to sell me. And I feel good. There's physical appearance things, crow's feet and white hair that really bother me. So yes, I got the Botox a couple weeks ago. I'm going to do it every 6 months for a few $100. I'm going to start there. It's probably like, it also like, I'm not a fan of needles. And so that was the one thing, like, I don't want needles in my face. It was nothing. Like maybe I just had a great esthetician, but I like,
are they like, they're like tiny little insulin needles, right?
Didn't even feel it. It like, I thought it would like, I've gotten sick. I've gotten nauseous. I've puked getting blood drawn before. Nothing even remotely close to that. It was a nothing burger. Like didn't bother me at all. So past that hurdle, and yeah, Botox will be like probably every 6 months, at least taking care of the crow's feet. Here's the other thing. I need your thoughts on this, because I've done like the stuff, like the just for men, the stuff, and it just looks stupid. It looks like very clearly obvious, like it doesn't match my facial hair. This stuff doesn't either. But this is the Instagram ad that got me this morning. I'm like, shit. Now I've clicked this thing. Now I've copy and paste the link. And this Osmira, probably some just scammy Instagram thing that doesn't work. But it's like black, dark brown. Like I don't even know.
I mean, here's my suggestion. And my wife's a hairstylist, and she'll tell you, if you're gonna dye anything, get it done professionally.
So I've done that. It looked worse.
Really?
Yeah, I've done both. I've done the just for men. I've done the professional stuff. And I've done the just for men, and no one even said anything. I did the professional stuff.
She just said, just for men's terrible, don't touch it. But she said, don't get rid of the gray completely. Do a gray blending.
Okay.
So it looks more natural.
That's probably that's the take. That's actually great advice. Because that's what happens is it doesn't look natural. I don't like.
She also said most women like men with like salt and pepper and gray, so don't get rid of it completely.
I don't mind the salt and pepper. I don't mind the salt and pepper.
You just don't want the straight like white like that.
It's white. Like it doesn't even see my facial hair. It just looks like from a distance, it looks like I have a mustache. No offense, guys, but I don't have a thick mustache. I'm not like the hipster, Gen Alpha or Zoomer that can rock a mustache. I just look like a guy in my mid-40s with a mustache, and it doesn't hit the same. So X is down. Cloudflare issue. Mayhem says just eat better. I eat good, man. I don't think the
food, hair color, eat better is the solution for a lot of things, but eating better doesn't change like your genetic makeup when it comes to like the coloring of your hair. Yeah. Like that's not going to change based on what you eat. I mean, it like if you take supplements like collagen and things like that, like it can help with thickness and shininess and all that stuff like that. But you're not gonna, I don't know of a single food on the planet that's going to stop my graying from happening. And if Mayhem knows one, like let's go into business and create a supplement and become billionaires, because I don't know one that exists.
Mesh, I apologize. I'll stop the cursing. I didn't like. I do feel bad. I don't curse often. It just I don't know if it's X. I don't know if it's the white hairs. Something got me a little fired up this morning. My apologies for your kiddos. And
the reason why
I should have known better as soon as Joey got on screen. That's my bad.
I was going to say, when you were talking about like the Cloudflare and like AWS outages and things like that, I was thinking to myself, is it only a matter of time before somebody like Elon says, I'm just going to build my own and not rely on other people? Like, so why? Like, why?
But then the same issue happens. Like they're all susceptible to some degree. It's why I think like Elon should build his own. Amazon should build their own. that is like the redundant one. That if Cloudflare goes down, then they can flip their own on that at least works. Maybe it's not fully functional. I don't know. Like, it's just wild to me that this is obviously an attack vector. This is obviously something that's happened more than once now. And these billion-dollar enterprises rely on a third-party service that's not up 100% of the time. It's kind of wild to think about. But it's not my forte. Yes, welcome to Abstract. Mel, great to see you over there. Shout out to the new followers on Abstract. And yes, you can comment on Abstract, but you can't cuss on Abstract. They have censored us over there. So no worries about the curse words in the Abstract chat. Mesh, thanks. I appreciate your kind words on the white beard is dope. It just bothers me. I know it's silly. I know it's vain. It is like a constant reminder every time I look in the window that I'm not in my 20s anymore, and I don't want that reminder. I
don't think it's vain. I think it's like we all like whether we want to admit it or not, for thousands of years, physical appearance is tied to happiness. I mean, if we don't like the way we look, and I'm not saying like you're depressed or anything like that, but if you don't like the way you look and you have the ability to make changes to it, you should. I don't think it has to do with being vain.
So that's kind of where I netted out on like the whole Botox thing. It's like, I don't need Botox. I don't want to like, really, it was like, I don't want to do this every 6 months of my life. And I just started like, well, I can. And the pros outweigh the cons. It makes me feel better. Like,
I mean, if I could afford laser hair removal, I would laser hair remove all the hair like down here on my neck. It's a little painful, and I got back when Groupon first launched, we're talking like what, 15 years ago? I don't even know. There was a laser hair removal Groupon that I did, and they give you just enough sessions that you can like kind of see results, but then you have to buy like more. And I did it, and it was, I mean, I don't know if the technology's changed, but it was painful getting hit with that laser in my neck. But I would do laser hair removal so I never have to shave my neck anymore. Like get like a perfect line under here so I never have to shave. And I'd probably do Botox too. I mean, I'm getting pretty wrinkly in these areas over here.
Mine was like they asked like, you know, do you want the forehead, like what do they call these lines? The
frown line, no, brow line,
like 11 line. I don't know. They got names for all this shit. I'm like, no, I don't. None of that shit bothers me. Like my forehead lines don't bother me. Like, nothing bothers me. My crow's feet bothered me. Like I'm just being honest. That's my taxi cab confessions this morning. It bothered me, and I did nothing about it. I did something about it. I feel better about it, and I'm gonna keep doing it. Like I don't care. And I'm not like, again, it's a lot of people do a lot more than just Botox on their crow's feet. But we live in a world where you can fix things. You can reverse aging to some degree, and sometimes it is just cosmetic and doesn't really do anything for your health. But I think it does because it does something for your mental health. And I'm not like someone who lacks confidence. It's not like it kept me from talking to people. But if I'm keeping it real, I probably took a selfie or a picture with someone and I didn't post it because my smile makes me look older. I look older, or I get to feel like, man, I'm gonna have to start wearing sunglasses for pictures so my crow's feet don't look so ridiculous. Anyways, that's my taxi cab confession this morning. I got by Instagram hair color thing, and yeah, Von Frutton. That's my problem with the mustache. Is it's like a Vincent Price or like a Salvador Dali. Like it's just this all the you can see is like this really thin mustache up top, and it looks pretty ridiculous if you can't see the rest of the facial hair. And at least for me. And yeah, so taxi cab confessions. We'll also have a new segment next week. We'll be crowdsourcing middle-aged men hair care on Coffee. Everyone's asking my hair care routine. Everyone's asking my skincare routine. The people demand it. We're going to bring it to Coffee with Captain starting next week. And Von Frutton, I'm not going to say this out loud, but your comment at 8:25 a.m. I'm not 2 years from that, buddy. Remove the goth part, and we're there. Like, check that box. I also agree with Mayhem's take at 8:25 a.m. And Von Frutton, your comment at 8:26 a.m. It can be a solution to everything. So if anyone is curious what we're talking about, you're gonna have to go get a DGen pass, and you're coming at 828. Von Front is close, but not exactly. And yes, Mayhem, you are correct. This is the best conversation I've ever had. For everyone else that's not in the war room, you're lost this morning. I don't know what else to say. This is going to be one of those shows. We may just cold open it for 60, 90 minutes, however long we go today. We will talk about REKT, I promise. But I appreciate everyone who says, like, embrace it. I look good for my. I don't want to look good for my age. I want to look good. Period. Mesh.
The question is who's saying that though? Like, let's clarify. Like, who's telling you look good for your age? Because if it's a bunch of DGen crypto traders living in their mom's basement, take it with a grain of. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding.
Mel was one who suggested, and she's not a. It carries weight coming from Mel. Thank you. Mesh. I got that recently, actually. And I would take any Hugh Jackman lookalike comments as a compliment. And yeah, I'm not old, I'm just vintage. And if I can keep aging on pace with Hugh Jackman, I would take it. What I don't want to do is, like, in 5 years, people like start comparing me to like Marlon Brando or someone. Like, because my celebrity lookalikes, this isn't like, oh, look at me. This is just like the people I've been compared to. Actors on, I gotta find the one because I don't remember his name.
I don't think I've ever gotten a an actor lookalike doppelganger. I don't think I have one.
I think there was a maybe Smallville. It was a show I didn't watch. I didn't know the actor that someone has compared me to. I'm looking at. I'm seeing if I can find it now. Sorry, I know this isn't great, but there's been 3 my entire life. The one guy I just wasn't familiar with, and I can't find him right now. I'll see if it'll come out like Tourette's later. Some superhero sitcom. I thought it was small. What it wasn't. If it's not Smallville, what other ones would fit in that? Like, maybe sounds close to that. Anything ring a bell, Joey?
Smallville's the only like sitcom-y drama without real superheroes that I know of, besides like real superhero stuff.
I'm not seeing the.
Let me see.
Actor that I've been liking it to, but I will.
Wait, so the real question is next Halloween, are you going to rock a Wolverine costume and like go full on Hugh Jackman Wolverine?
If I have a reason, if I have a party or a reason to, yeah, I will do. I've never done a Hugh Jackman, so I would do that. I mean, I kid you not. This was very recently got compared to Hugh Jackman, so I'll take it. That's actually better than my first compliment, because my early life compliment was, I got to pull it up on. This is pre-beard. This was, if you want to know what I look like pre-beard, I will. I gotta pull up the image so you all get the correct image. Sorry for the typing away.
Even Coinbase is down with this Cloudflare issue.
Yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess today. So
OpenSea's not.
I'm not finding the actual image I want, but this one will do. This one will work. Give you the idea. Gotta find a better picture. There's usually one that always comes up, and I'm not. It's not for some reason, but this was what I look like, or who I got compared to pre-beard. Like my younger days, and in this individual's younger days, was a Matthew Broderick from Ferris Bueller. This was my celebrity doppelganger.
Such a good movie.
It's the best movie, yeah. That was my celebrity doppelganger pre-beard, and then at least that was a Federal Credit or Navy Federal Credit Union ad and not something else this morning. I don't know if the pop-up popped up, but the other one's gonna bother me. But long story short, most of, like early in life, it was Ferris Bueller, and then it became Hugh Jackman. Especially how Matthew Broderick's aged. I like the way I'm heading. right? Like this is a pause going from Matthew Broderick, babyface to Hugh Jackman. I will take.
Is it Michael Rosenbaum from Smallville that played Lex Luthor?
It's not Michael Rosenbaum, but I know this guy. He actually is from Evansville, Indiana, where I'm
looking at the cast right now, trying to figure out which one. Jensen Ackles, maybe.
No,
I'm looking at the Smallville cast since you said
I am too.
Smallville.
I don't think it was Smallville because I'm not seeing the guy. I'm gonna go to my Facebook. That's where someone tagged me. It's probably not. This is really, really bad live TV here, but I will. It's gonna bother me until I find it. So I need.
You're going boomer status to Facebook, huh?
Mm-hmm. It's about the only time I go there when I need something like a trip down memory lane. And Cloudflare is taking X down. So here it is. I got it. Dude, this is incredible. I must have been on the same kick at this exact same time because the back-to-back photos in my... So, yes, these were both shared the exact same day. So I must have been having this conversation.
So what's the name of the show?
January 26, 2014. First, I shared this picture, which, again, that was my... the comparison before I got a beard. And then someone, who's this guy? This is the, so it's been Matthew Broderick. Now it's Hugh Jackman. Between Hugh Jackman and Matthew Broderick, I got this guy. Someone help me out. Who is this guy?
So take that picture and just drop it into Google. Like do a copy. If you do a copy paste, you should be able to just drop the image right into the Google search bar.
Satellite pasted for some reason. I'm going to drag the image. It is Supernatural. So not Smallville, it's Supernatural. And it's Misha Collins. I didn't watch Supernatural. I didn't know Misha Collins until someone compared me to. I don't know. Again, this is...
I see it. You guys have a, looks like you guys have like a similar nose.
It's before... Yeah. It's obviously before the hair went gray, before the facial hair went gray. So, and he's got this funky like hairline where he's got some calyx like I got. That may have had something to do with it. But yeah, I've got Matthew Broderick, Misha Collins, and Hugh Jackman. Never anyone else. That's it. So, in my current state, the only one I ever get compared to is Hugh Jackman. And
if someone can find a actor or anybody that looks like me, I'll give away a BZ claw pull.
Hey, actually, let's do one today. I got a BZ claw pull. You don't have to give another one away. I've got one or two more that Steve passed my way that I need to do. So, who wants to do a BZ claw pull this morning? Someone. We'll do one. Let's do two. We'll do one person in abstract. We'll do one person in YouTube, and then Steve. People ask about Steve. Steve's on Steve's been on a 1 month trip to Turkey to get all his Botox and everything else he wants to make himself feel better about it. I kid. But Steve his best look like is Ben Shapiro. He gets it all the time. And in many countries, yes, he is considered a sex symbol. Mel says, I want white hair so bad. You can do that. You can get white hair too. Dwayne and Steve, appreciate the tip. Shout out to both of you. Is this bullish for OpenSea? Coinbase is down. I don't know if it's scary. It'll come back.
Can we, not to like change the subject, but how many NFT projects right now are actually up since this market crash?
Is there any?
Yeah. Take a guess which one.
Apes.
Nope.
Other deeds? I really don't know.
GVC.
What is it? GVC. Not surprised.
Yeah.
Super nice.
Like it's crazy. It's at 4.48 and it's up a whole almost 0.1 ETH since yesterday.
Joey, Dwayne says you look like Steve Carroll in the morning show. I can see it.
Let me see. Steve who? Carroll?
Yeah.
Carroll morning Steve Carroll morning show. Wait, Steve Carell?
Steve Carell. Yeah, I pronounced it wrong. That's
I look like Steve Carell? Okay.
Mel, my ties to Evansville is for a decade prior to moving to Florida. I lived just outside of Evansville. I lived in Newburgh, which is a small town no one's probably heard of. I started my Verizon business in that market. First 3 stores I opened were Newburgh, Indiana, Owensboro, and Madisonville, Kentucky. And then would open an Evansville store and would scale my Verizon business from there, and then started the phone repair business from there as well. It's fine. I just had
Did you see Steve's comment in the war room? Today on Coffee with Captain, Joey and Cap read IMBD for obscure 90s shows.
Yep, here we are.
This is what happens when everything goes down.
Everything's down. Steve's not here. The kids can play. We have no one to keep us on point. We don't have any obligations on Twitter. I don't even have to look at the Twitter Spaces or the X Spaces. Shout out to the 2 of you still hanging out over there. Respect. But yeah, we're talking about gray sideburns, and we're showing the DGen War Room. Someone's going to buy a DGen Pass today just so they can see what Von Front was referencing, and he was spot on. Although it's not, other than being 2 years away, it's happening now. Yes, C. Greatest American. Yeah, I love all the celebrity lookalikes on today's show. Not hating the conversation.
I mean, if anybody gets better than Steve Carell, I guess whoever guessed Steve Carell can have a claw pull. But I feel like it's got to be a better option than Steve Carell. I've never gotten that in my life, but it's the leading candidate for now.
Steve Carell's winning one just because I pronounced it wrong, and Steve is pouring on my incorrect pronunciation in the abstract chat.
I'm like, who's Steve Carroll on the morning show? I literally typed in Google Carroll, Carol, and Google was like, no, idiot, it's Carell.
I saw Steve Carroll filming a movie in Vegas once. I would say from me to you, but like from me to the door, bumped into him while he was filming a movie. From now on, Mesh, we're going to call him Steve Carroll from now on. I don't even know I know how to pronounce the man's name. This is just, I'm not dyslexic. I never mess words up, but when it comes to pronunciations of even things I know how to pronounce, my brain just, it's not firing on all cylinders sometimes. Not enough coffee. I'm out of, the housekeeping's coming today to freshen up the space, and apparently I consume a little more coffee than the average Airbnb-er, so I'm out of coffee. This morning I did get a quad espresso, but it's like part of my brain needs to be like drinking the coffee while I'm on the show. And random thought, but Steve says, I'd like to think Joey's alter ego when he shaves his beard is Joey Consonance. I don't even know who that is. And XP down.
Cap, really? Cap.
No idea who Joey Consonance is.
Cap. My last name is all vowels. I go by Joey Vowels. So when
it's good. This is my favorite show we've had in a long time. GVC is partially up due to a whale placing 100 bids at 0.45. That's good. That's nice. Joey's lookalike in every other Italian guy.
Is anybody complaining about that whale placing 100 bids? I'm not.
Pinstripe Gator says Zach Galifianakis before Steve Carroll. And
no, I don't look anything like that guy. There's no way. You get like way back of the line on the claw pull for that one. No.
When I don't know when I'm coming to Miami. This is going to shock everyone. I've not booked any travel yet, but I will be down there. If I get to sleep in my Tesla, I will. I'll do it.
It does have camp mode.
It does indeed. It does.
My friend actually, he's a natural disaster insurance adjuster, and he has a Model Y, and he literally will travel around the country in his Model Y because he bought the cooler and the bed. So he's got like the shades and the little cooler refrigerator and then the mattress, and he literally camps in his Model Y.
I might do it just for the bit. I might buy the mattress and do Friday show of Art Basel Week from the Tesla. I may just do it just because. And I truly am not opposed to sleeping in a car. When I was, this is several years ago when we were scaling the phone repair franchise, but I was on the road all the time, and I was hitting like, I don't know, 4 or 5 major cities a month doing franchise sale trainings or meeting with, whatever, doing biz dev, et cetera, et cetera. And if it was, also keep in mind, I was living near Evansville, Indiana at the time, which is a small crappy regional airport. I was splitting time between there and Cleveland. And yeah, this is exactly, Steve nails it. Bull market, Cap's buying an RV. Bear market, I'm just going to sleep in my car. Exactly right. Exactly right. Had I played the market better, I would be going to Miami in a RV and sleeping in that. I did not play it perfectly. I did not.
Motorhome. You motorhome, like one of them,
man. I was
motorhomes.
There's an alternate reality where the ApeCoin DAO funded a big RV, and I'm touring around in that. But yeah,
could you imagine like the side of the motorhome painted with like your ape and Steve's ape, and it says "Coffee with Captain," sponsored by ApeCoin DAO, and you're driving across Route 66, living the life.
Maybe you do a van. I saw what is it? Jaylene, one of the crypto Twitter personalities, is doing the van life now. My
friend at the gym, she works at a company called La Mesa. I guess they're more than just local, like, and they do those like decked out, like travel vans. And she brought one to the gym one day. That thing was sick.
They are like they're pretty cool.
So cool.
I don't know if I could do like that permanently, but I don't mind traveling. And I also, like I said, when I was traveling all the time I had a place in Cleveland, I had a place in Southern Indiana. But I would drive back, and it was a 7-hour drive. I would drive back and forth every week. I would go to Cleveland during the week, back to Evansville on the weekend. And I don't mind if it's under 8 hours. I'd much rather drive than fly. And often I would be driving and I'd have a long day and I get tired. Instead of getting a hotel, I would just pull over to a rest stop, a gas station, sleep for a few hours in my car, and then get up and keep driving. I did it often. Like I slept in my car for a few hours, dozens of times, probably, I would say, over the course of a few years when I was on the road a lot. Put like 50,000 miles on the Jeep in 1 year, and would often just take little power naps in the car. So I'm not above it, definitely not above it. And yeah,
I'm the same. I have a self-induced narcolepsy. I can literally just lay back in the seat in my car and just fall asleep.
Mine's not quite that easy. I got to be tired, but I wouldn't push it because I was driving all the time. Like if I start feeling drowsy, instead of like trying to fight it, I would play it safe and take a nap and then get back up and go. I don't know if you can. I'm a pretty Machiavelli. I think probably not. If you really needed a place to crash, but I would be opposed to like letting you crash on like a hotel room couch, but the Model Y is not that large, and I'm not sure we're like there'd be some potential cuddles there. I'm not sure we're snuggle buddies yet. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't even want to think about big spoon, little spoon type scenario. So probably not. But appreciate your interest. Cleveland does rock. It's underrated. I do agree. I do eat way more coffee. Yes, I also agree. You're getting Ron Riggle. I have no idea who that is. You look more like Ron.
Someone said Kevin James,
Jack Black.
But none of these guys actually look alike, though. So like Kevin James doesn't look like
in the day and secretly plays bass in a 90s alt rock band at night. Dort may have the winner there. Danny Ruhar, I don't know who this is. We had Noid. Congratulations to the Noids. Funny Danny, 1067 The Fan. Yeah, I don't know, man. We got, so who was the one who called? What was the first one we said that we would do a call?
Steve Carroll.
Yeah, who called that? Was that an abstract?
Let me see. Yeah.
this is great because there's been a few people like in real life that have asked me about the show, found the show, and this can be like the first show someone tunes into ever, and they're like, "What in the world? This guy gets paid for this stuff?" Occasionally.
Oh, I just saw Von Frum's comment, Joey slinging peptides live on stream. Yes, if you are in the market for anything peptide or fitness related, feel free to reach out. Shoot me a DM on X, Joey Vowels. I got you. This is not this. There's no medical advice. What is no MA, no NMA, no medical advice, but I will help you get your peptide stack started if you're interested.
I would love to come to Barcelona, Diego. Yes, count me in. Would appreciate a tour when I do make it. It was Dwayne. Dwayne got Steve Carroll. Dwayne was our Steve Carroll guest. So Dwayne, you're going to get a claw pull. We will do one more here. Pinstripe Gators bumping Paul Rudd. You ever got Paul Rudd?
Never got Paul Rudd. I think, thinking back now, I think one of the ones I have gotten in my life is Adam Sandler, but I don't see the Adam Sandler.
I could see Adam Sandler. Von Front asks, are you just streaming from various closets in your house?
I started in the kitchen making breakfast. Then I moved to the office where all my stuff is. Then yes, I did move to the closet because I have to get ready to leave for the gym. And now I'm about to go to the bathroom and put my contacts in. So everyone, you guys are getting a tour of my house.
Exactly what they tell you not to do in crypto is disclose your location. Someone's taking a scan of Joey's home and all the risk vectors.
The crime is not worth the time if you come try to steal my crypto.
You should also know that Joey is strapping and would take full advantage of the court of law if you attempt to break into his home.
That's my right there.
You probably would not make it out of the home.
No.
What are you pointing at?
That's my my safe.
Is your gun safe down there?
My armory.
I got one out yesterday, believe it or not. I didn't like get it out, but I had to get something else out in the safe and handled the case that the gun is in.
Yeah, we have three safes spread out throughout the house.
I kind of want to go shooting sometime. I've never, I don't know if I've ever
We
fired.
can go when you come down for Basel.
Can I don't
Can you bring your gun? Yes, you live in the state of Florida.
Yeah, but do I have to have a license?
No, Florida's an open carry state now.
Open carry, no license at all. Do I have to register the gun in my name?
No.
Okay, cool. I was gonna say, in case of an investigation, I don't know anyone here. I've been put by a party.
I believe the only thing you need now in the state of Florida is if you want to conceal carry. You have to get your concealed carry license. But we're an open carry state right now, so you can literally just wear it on your hip to Walmart, and nobody can say a word to you.
It's a free state, Von Front. Come join us.
We're basically adopting the laws of all the Indian reservations we have in the state at this point. It's just like Florida's just turning into a full-blown reservation. It's just whatever you want. It's free for all.
You can walk down the street with a Glock on your waist, not concealed, smoking a J if you want. For anyone that wants to entertain themselves, there's a couple pages on Instagram called Only in Dade and then Only in Broward. And they post all kinds of stuff. And literally one day they posted, so this guy wanted to test the new open carry law. So he literally strapped a giant AR to his back, just flung it over his shoulder. Went grocery shopping at Publix with an AR on his back. Nobody said a word. I have bad news.
The BZ website's down.
Yeah, BZ also Cloudflare. Yeah. Yep.
So we'll do it. We'll save his name and we'll do it on a day for him.
Yep.
When I completely forgot that we were affected by Cloudflare too.
Yep. Dwayne, we got you. Remind us. You get the. But you have to come on and pronounce it Steve Carroll. And if you pronounce it Steve Carroll, you'll get your claw pull. We got one other one we need to pick because I remember there's two more in there. So we got Dwayne. We'll pick one more before the show's out, whether it's a Joey celebrity lookalike or otherwise. Thomas says the looks I get when I'm open carry are crazy. I bet I'm not like a gun toting type of person either. I'm not a I'm not someone that's going to strap and walk around with it, or even like it'd be fine to carry. Like, so you're telling me I don't need a license, I don't need a register thing. I just have my glove box and I'm fine. Joey,
I had to unmute.
I can just I can throw the Glock in my glove box, no registration, no license. I'm fully compliant.
Yep, you can keep your gun. The only thing you cannot do in the state of Florida without a license, and I have to double check the law because obviously the new open carry law changed some things, but from my understanding, the only thing that you need a license for right now is if you want to conceal carry. So what that means is obviously wearing it like under your shirt where nobody can see it. So as long as it's visible, you can carry it anywhere you want. And then transporting it is the same. So you can transport it in your glove box, under your seat. You could transport it anywhere you want. And then obviously you can't walk into any gun stores or shooting ranges with it being loaded. It has to, that's like a law that's always forever. And then obviously you just pay attention to posted signs, right? Because some businesses will tell you, like, based on the signs, like if you're allowed to carry or not carry. And then obviously there's the laws around like bars, right? So like if you're consuming alcohol, or if it's an establishment that, is over 51% alcohol versus food, you're not supposed to have a gun in there. Like there's some other stuff like that. But yeah, if you wanted to drive from the West Coast to Miami for Basel and shoot your gun at a range, you can transport it no problem.
I don't know what Steve is on this morning, but I need more of it. Steve's on one this morning. He first says, Joey looks like the third Kelsey brother who collects Pokemon cards instead of playing football. Steve might get a claw pull for that one. That might be the best made up celebrity lookalike. I agree. I can see more so. I see Jason looks similarities than Travis, but he doesn't look like Jason. So I think he is the third Kelsey brother. Were you adopted as a baby, Joey? And then the second, Steve on one this morning comment says he did post in abstract. I'm going to read his come up from the war room because I think it's even funnier. It says Von Frunton lives in India, and I'm not supposed to out the war room, but we're shilling the war room today. We're shilling the war room, so don't hate me for outing. I'm not putting screenshots, but I am going to quote this verbatim to drive it, more people into the war room, because this is what you're missing out on by not being in there. Steve says Von Frunton lives in Indianapolis, which is basically the Handmaid's Tale, and me and Joey live in Florida, which is basically Dave and Buster's with no gun. And yes,
I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Von Frunton replies, "Oh my FG! Now I want one of these for every state. Yes, we need. What is your state? And I like Indiana is probably, you can do a few different of these for the state of Indiana. Indianapolis being different than Southern Indiana, than Evansville, being different than Bloomington, being different than Fort Wayne, being different than Gary, Indiana. Like Indiana, you could probably do 5 or 6 of these just for the state of Indiana. Might be the most diverse state in terms of the analogies there. Meshmess also adds, Joey, you now look like Kratos from God of War, the Viking version. And yeah,
I mean, I would take that. Kratos is a beast.
The third Kelsey brother, the same way. The third Hemsworth brother. Yeah, Zombie Rob, you need in the war room. You're missing out. So here we go. We've done 58 minutes of cold open material this morning. Appreciate everyone being here and kind of powering through a unique day on Coffee with Captain sans our primary distribution, which is X. And yes, we're talking about new segments here on Coffee with Captain. Steve, I don't know if you've caught. We've got a few new segments. Taxi Cap Confessions is one. It was our first rendition today. We need the intro music for that. And then Von Frunton adds, the new segment is Steve Roasts the States. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'll check the laws, but I'm pretty sure Joey's right. I'm pretty sure I can transport without verification or without a license. I'll double check that before I drive. I don't.
No, I mean you can like, let's say I was selling a firearm right now and I said, hey, Cap, I want to sell my handgun. Are you interested? And you said, yes. You could literally drive to my house right now, give me $500 and walk away with the gun and it's yours.
Great to be in a free country. Speaking of like licenses and things that like I'm down bad this week, I bought a car, buying a house, attempting to sell a car or a Jeep, and had someone interested yesterday. Any guesses where my title is? Hint, it's not in the Airbnb. I thought it was here. It's in a storage unit. No chance of digging through the storage unit to get this thing. So I'm ordering. I got to go to the freaking tax office today to get a replacement title for my Jeep. Not great, but
you don't have a digital title?
I didn't know there's a thing. I didn't know.
State of Florida has digital titles.
So ChatGPT told me I could order a digital one and have it like almost instantly. But I went on the site and it looked like the only option I had to fill out like a PDF form and take it to the tax office to get it. So maybe do this one offline.
If you've never done it before, there's a little bit of a process to do it the first time. But once it's done, then you have a digital title.
Yeah, I've never done it before, so I probably have to go to the tax office to get it. But that'll be fun today. Like DMV, tax office, these are great places, really enjoyable places to be. But I'm not gonna complain. It's I got to get it done. It's on me for not. I thought I had it in the safe. That's why, hence, I pulled the gun case out yesterday looking for my title. It wasn't in there. Watch it be somehow in the gun case, and that's probably where I put the title. I digress. Let's do this. Let's do. Joey is 10 minutes away from streaming from the DMV. Let's do, if I can pull up you said OpenSea's up. So we'll do a quick.
I actually only live like 2 minutes from the DMV, which is what's funny.
We'll do a quick market update and then we'll roll into this REKT conversation. Not great, Bob. We're going to start with NFTs. Hyper is up 3.9% on the day to 750 hype. Hype also up in the sell-off. Pudgy's down another 4% to 5.15. Did they lose 5 ETH today? Little Pudgy's 0.63. CryptoPunks lost 30 ETH. They're now 29.89. Mutants 0.88, down 6%. Moonbirds down 4% to 1.89. Apes down 4%, clinging slightly above 6 at 6.04. Azuki down another 2% to 0.88. Milady's up 3.9% to 107. Good Vibes Club, as you mentioned, 0.48. That's up 20% on the day, thanks to a whale bid. REKT Guy NFTs down 15% to 0.24. Ringers are down 15%. Looking for something positive here. Spread of Gremlins up 8% to 0.29. Just a Doodles down to 0.62 to 0.31, or down 3% on the day. VFriends. No one talks about VFriends. Like, they're still 1.27. Like, VFriends have flipped Azuki, Mutants, Little Pudgies. No one talks about VFriends, but yet they are holding that 1.27 floor better than most. Chromie Squiggles 3.38. It's a bloody day. Not much more else to talk about in the NFT land, but let's look at tokens. Let's see if we got any better luck over on the token front.
I mean, I'm really sad that I was not anywhere near a computer when that REKT dip happened.
Same. Trying to find a good chart on OpenSea. Like the 1 day change is, I don't notice any. Vibe Strategy up 16% on the day. I actually had a thought about, because I do want to get a good Vibe Club. I sold mine when it felt like this strategy flywheel had broken. Was a good decision in hindsight, but I should have bought the dip before the whale placed all the bids. I had the conscious thought about picking up a good vibe, and I was like, you know what? I may just make the bet on Vibe Strategy here, see that run, and then flip it into a good vibe, a GVC. So that's on my in my brain space, but I haven't made the move yet. Looking for, I'm not really seeing grass. The grass token is up 10% on the day. Hype is the big winner. It's up 7.9%, back up over $40.49. And on a day like we've had, where Majors are just getting destroyed. ETH down another 2%. It's back up above 3K at 3,044. I think we lost 3K for a minute. I think it dipped below that. Bitcoin down another.
What's the magic number for ETH for Bitcoin that people are looking for a bounce at? Like, what are they thinking what's the called the that line that people draw?
Mayhem's been calling 87K on Bitcoin for the longest time, and he's looking like he's getting. Yeah, it's scary. It might be it. I think there's been others have charted that 87K resistance on Bitcoin as well. I'll sort by volume and see if that shows me some better tokens here. So looking at why it's not showing volume there. So again, I apologize. This isn't the best. My normal source is down. So Trump down 1%, C or Say down 2%. Hype, as I mentioned, the big winner, up 6.9.
Machiavelli asked in the chat for a recap on why REKT. He said he missed the convo on why REKT dipped so hard yesterday.
Yeah, let's go there now. Trying to give some better visuals. It's just bear with me because actually X did come back.
I don't know if you're going to share your screen to show the charts. You're not sharing your screen.
Yeah, I didn't get a good chart, but that's what I'm. I don't know if Beer is buying the floor. I don't like respect, but I don't think that's why VFriends are holding. Maybe I don't have an issue. Just like I said with our guest yesterday, I don't have an issue with teams and treasuries buying their NFTs to hold or use as marketing. Like to do like a floor sweep and pump the floor and then dump. Yeah, that's wrong. But I don't think that's why they're holding. I just think that ownership's distributed, and I just don't know if there's many net sellers of that collection. I think a lot of sellers are probably out. I think it was actually who did I see post this yesterday? Frosty's maybe. Let me see if I can find Frosty's post. X is working not on my phone, but it's working on the desktop now. So let me see. I might be able to do some decent screen shares. While I'm talking Frosty's, I got to give some credit here. Frosty's did for anyone that's in the other side streets. So Frosty's did this. Frosty's did this map of the other side Nexus map. Helps with orientation and finding challenges. If you're playing other side, go check that out. And then gave this person some love who took his paint drawing and turned it into this here. Excuse me. Pretty cool. So if you've not, have you been in there? Have you been in the Nexus yet, Joey?
I did. I went in the other day. It's a lot of fun. It's it's definitely an improvement over previous trips that I've made. I'm curious to see, again, what we talked about before, which is like the time, the roadmap, the time, like on when there's going to be things for us, like more games and more options, and so. But it's definitely an improvement. I commend them for the work they're doing for sure.
Yeah, same. Yeah. Since I'm here, DAP radar sunsetting. This is what I was looking for, though.
Also, maybe I missed it. Is there a way to maybe I just didn't do it correctly? Can you connect a controller yet? If you're playing on, you can.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Maybe I couldn't. I gotta go back into the settings. Maybe I didn't do it right. I was stuck having to just walk around with my keyboard, which I can't do.
I will say I connected a controller in the past and it worked. The last time I attempted to connect one, I was having issues as well getting mine connected. I thought it was my Bluetooth controller. Maybe it was another side thing, and I need to go back and do it again. The same thing, not only on my desktop. I want to do the same thing in the Tesla, because I can't. There's no controller in there to actually move it all without connecting a Bluetooth controller. So yeah, I'm pretty certain you can, but last time I connected mine, I was having issues as well. This is what I wanted to point out.
Drop in the chat. Can we connect controllers yet? Go ahead. Sorry, Cap.
Machiavelli only plays with controller and it works just fine. So yes. Phonics did add 87K is the obvious spot. So I've seen that number many times that is hopefully the bottom.
So if we basically if we break through 87, then there's no telling where we go.
Yeah, it's probably ugly. Yeah, if 87 doesn't hold, it could be I guess if 87 doesn't hold, we're probably legitimately in a bear. I'm not a chart, I'm not a TA expert by any means. This is just bigger brains and smarter people than I have called that number for a while. And
what's the number? What was it like? The micro strategy. What was his DCA? Do you remember? Because we were talking about that one day where it was like, he's good until this number, and then
Yeah, good question. For some reason, 72 is popping in my head, but it probably changes all the time just due to how MicroStrategy does their debt financing and what. I don't know. I also think there's 78K is their average per Diego, he believes. But I also don't think that I don't think MicroStrategy is getting liquidated. I think he would just raise more funds and bring down whatever he had to keep the thing afloat. The one thing I did want to reference here, Frosty, this was a quote I saw or a post I saw, and it resonated with me. He says, "I think Ape is a good buy. Besides Yuga and ApeCo, I don't see any big sellers left. Little alpha, ApeCoin will be deflationary soon. It already started to burn tokens. Staking will be over in 1 month. Fully unlocked supply in March. Other side quite successful for its first persistent worlds. Most of the holders which are left are diehards and basically don't think of selling. They will write it to literal zero, which will not happen. I think it's a good take. I hold some Ape, and I will. I am looking like, okay, what? This is in my head. This is how I'm playing this market right now. It doesn't feel good. I do think we go lower. I think 87 is very much in range for Bitcoin. I am. What's showing strength? What has some sort of fundamental, some sort of team, something that I can tell a story in my head that when we actually find bottom, these things are going to bounce. I'm pretty much out of the meme trades altogether. Pure memes. There's nothing I can feel confident in that, because the pure meme, there's no fundamentals or team. There's just nothing that I can feel confident there's going to be a catalyst that makes these things bounce. So I'm looking for, outside of, my conviction in Sol has waned. I originally said Q4 I was going to be stacking, so I've not yet, but I'm not entered a Sol trade yet. And I'm kind of shocked to see, I think it's down to 137 this morning, which is kind of wild. Now's when I should be buying Sol, not when it's 237. But I still lack confidence to make that actual move. So if I'm not talking majors, and I will continue to DCA into majors, I may, if we hit 87, I'll probably go long. I'll probably get back in the perp trade. But what I'm really looking for is what are non-majors that I believe either nothing has changed or the fundamental story's even gotten stronger. And we'll talk REKT here in a second. I'm going to hit it to Joey for his take on this shortly. I need like 60 seconds for a mobile stream drop, and I'll be right back. But Ape, I'm bullish on because of everything Frosty just mentioned. The fundamentals actually change for the better soon because staking is over and you're removing those sellers. The sell pressure becomes deflationary. And in addition to ApeCoin, the other one is that's at the top of my target list is REKT. Now I hold some REKT. Should have bought the dip yesterday, but the team's not going to stop building regardless of market conditions. And let me do this. I will pull up OSF's post from yesterday. and share it here on the screen. Joey, for those that are just listening in and not in front of the screen, do you mind reading this and then share any comments on it? And I'll be right back in like 60 seconds. Can you see this okay? Do you mean zoom it in?
Yep, I got you now.
Awesome. I'll be right back.
So,
thank you.
Yeah. So the post from OSF says REKT is currently down about 48% due to on-chain liquidations on IMF. People had used REKT as collateral on the platform, and now leverage is getting cleansed. Doesn't change anything for us operationally, and we keep going. We will get through this like we have with everything. So I'm kind of the same here with Cap when it comes to a coin like REKT. We saw them meteoric rise, 400 million, massive this year. And they just signed a deal with a grocer in the Midwest that's going to start carrying their product. I don't know what the pricing is going to be. We've talked about this on this show as well, extensively in the War Room about, being competitive pricing wise when it comes to the type of sparkling water business. Now they're jumping into energy drinks as well, which we know is a massive market. And it seems like, unless you really launch something that tastes like dog water, energy drinks do really well with a little bit of marketing behind them. I'm also sad that I didn't buy that dip yesterday. I was at jiu-jitsu with my daughter, so I didn't have a chance to buy that dip. DCA myself, my REKT down. But you have to believe that these companies, and I own a little bit of Ape, but these companies like, that are behind ApeCoin and REKT, that they're going to keep going. They're going to keep building. And if you believe in them, and we talk about this with NFTs too, right? If you believe in the founders and what they're building, who cares if they dip, right? You believe that someday they're going to come back. I think tokens have a better opportunity than NFTs, but I agree with Cap here with REKT's potential. If you're a buyer here, what's the market cap right now? Like 50 million? 100? What is it at?
Yeah, fully diluted is 93.
So it dropped to 50. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think there's opportunity here for a multiple. I don't know how soon it's going to happen, right? I'm not saying I'm not saying it's going to happen tomorrow, but I think if you believe in their opportunity, again, the Midwest grocer, if it goes well with the Midwest grocer, you have to believe they're going to add other grocers, right? They've got 7-Eleven. So, this is probably a long-term hold. And, is it realistic that they can get back to 400, 500 million? I think so. But the question is when, and what is your patience level?
Yep. Well said. I agree. It is that's it. This is a long-term, because nothing's changed fundamentally. I think we got a discount here. That said, if we go to 87 or it doesn't hold 87, we go to 72, alts are going to continue to sell off. And that's what I just don't know. I think we bounce. Calling bottoms and tops are hard. And I don't know. I don't know. The market doesn't make any sense to me. It's irrational right now. I don't know. I can't pin why this sell-off. I think this is still contagion from the October 10th flash crash. Then I know we're 5 weeks out from that, but we haven't seen the dead bodies, and there had to be dead bodies. I don't, that may not be completely flushed out of the system yet. Maybe so, maybe not. I just don't know. But my faith and conviction in OSF and REKT drinks hasn't changed.
I mean, but here's the thing, Cap, even if it does go back, right? Even if there's another retrace, but if you believe that long term, it's going to go back to 400, 500 or more, this is still a discount. So even if it goes back 50% to 50 million, and you're like, oh, I can't believe I bought it 100, now it's at 50. you're still, again, if your long-term conviction is it's going to go back to 500 million, buying at 100 is still a good buy. And that's, so if you're in it for just the quick flip and trade, yeah, you're probably going to kick yourself if it goes from 100 to 50. But if you're in it for the next 6 months to a year because you believe it's going to go back to 500, who cares if it goes from 100 to 50? Just buy more when it goes to 50.
I don't know if it gets back to 500 million. I think it can. I just don't think it's anytime soon. I replied in the war room now. We may have seen the top. Maybe it never gets back to 500 million. I don't think they're going to be a victim of the cycle. However, they're just not going to stop building.
I guess the real question though is what is, like, we talk about this with all the time, right? Which is like, what would be the catalyst that propels them back if they were going to get back to 500 million, right? Like, what's going to be the catalyst that propels them back that way? Because if they do really well at those Midwest grocery stores, and then they add, let's say, a national chain, and like their reward program continues to do really well, what is the do we know what the incentive is to hold it long term outside of I guess that's my question, right? Like, what do we know about the long term prospects of why people should hold this and why numbers should go up?
I mean, same thesis as before. It's goodwill in the brand. It's an extension of brand equity. That's not equity, but theoretically, if Giant Eagle's a hit and then they land Kroger next or they land Publix next, the brand's going to continue to grow. If REKT Drinks continues their trajectory, if you overlay a REKT Drinks year one against any other beverage brand, they're going to look good, if not great. If that continues and they become $1 billion drink brand, it's hard for me to envision their brand coin sitting at $60 million market cap or 90 some million fully diluted. All that said, their REKT Drinks success in itself I don't think is enough to really drive the token price back to all-time highs. That's going to take the market. So my thesis there is if the cycle's not over and we actually get a I don't know what you call it, a real bull, a continuation of the bull in 2026, I think that could be enough of a catalyst. I think when people start to look down the risk curve, out the risk curve again, REKT will be one that people will look at because there's something there. It is memeable. It's a brand coin. There are fundamentals. They're still building. If we don't get that, if let's say we've entered a bear and we're down only for the next couple of years, I don't think there's a catalyst that's going to pump it back to all-time highs until we get to the next cycle. I think they'll survive this cycle. They've been through this before. This is not the first time they've had crazy pull downs. This is just the first time many of us have paid attention to it because until they run up, the last run up, they weren't as widely distributed. They didn't have as many holders. They didn't have as many people paying attention to it. But it went from basically where it's at now in December of last year. So a year ago, it was trading about the same price and it sold off significantly. I need a better chart here so I can help me identify what's a good chart where I can do the overlay and it'll show me the market cap. Some of you charters help me. Well, Dex screen will show REKT, right? Or no? Is it?
What site are you on right now?
That was just coin market cap. And finding a site that's actually not relying on Cloudflare is challenging. Anyway, you can see the chart here. Like there's been pull downs, and you could argue. I mean, you'd have to this crash was less than the crash from. Now it wasn't as instant, but from December top to let's call it March bottom, and it didn't. I mean, it took it hung out there for like a month, like from mid-March to mid-April, it didn't bounce. And then in April is when it started this crazy run up. If you remember, it had like, I want to say like 17 green candles in a row. Like this run it went on was insane. Now, let me ask you this. Joey, what were the catalysts from April through August?
Well, that's when they launched drink points or whatever they call it, or they launched drink points. They sold out of their first couple drops, and everybody started to take notice that they were building a real business. And I believe there was something with correct me if I'm wrong, but you had to hold so many points to earn multiples of the drink points or hold so much token. They basically rolled out their rewards program.
Maybe. So Liquidated Lime, their first drink launched in November of last year. So before the crash. I'm pretty sure they had their drink points live then. I could be wrong. Someone can check me on if my memory is incorrect. But I'm pretty sure
I don't remember anybody talking. And maybe again, my memory isn't always the greatest, but I don't remember anybody talking about their drink launch last year and their points until this year. So was it just poor marketing and comms until this year? Like, what was the? Because I didn't know Liquidated Lime launched a year ago. I thought all their drinks launched this year.
I don't think it was necessarily poor comms. I just don't know as if people outside of the ecosystem were paying attention to it until the price action came. So back to my earlier point is I don't know. It's also wild as we look at the 1 year chart that we're like doom and gloom, REKT's over, tops in, and it's still up 90% in the last year. Pretty crazy. So while I said that it was about, I guess so if you look at exactly 12 months and it had a little run up, I think this was just largely due to macro in the market and momentum.
But now, Cap, back to my original question though. Is the market doing well? Is like really enough? So let's say again, they're doing well in the grocery stores. They add more chains, right? Like it's doing well. And then let's say the market starts to do well again. But is that really enough for the token to move without the token having a purpose? Does the token need a purpose? Like, is it you got a stake and then you could get free drinks? Is it like, do they need to do something? Or do you really just truly believe like, hey, sell more drinks, market does better, token goes up? Is that really the only?
I mean, it's more than just that, but I think, if they continue their brand expansion and the drinks sell over a long enough time and positive macro conditions and market conditions, drinks should go up. They don't have VC debt. There's no VC debt they need to pay off. I'm responding to War Room here. They did not. Yes, they raised for their drink launch. It was a seed funded family round. It was $1.5 million. Despite the depressed token, if they needed to pay off the debt, they could pay it off now. The VCs aren't there. There's no VC debt. It's just angels. It's just friends and family, and no one's expecting that. I mean, maybe someday. But this is not they are not unless I'm completely reading something wrong, unless I missed the announcements, they are not encumbered by VC debt whatsoever. They just did a friends and family seed round of $1.5 million, which in this space is virtually nothing. They did that last November. They launched Liquidated Lime, and they've been up only since. This is part of what gets me so excited about their business model. They only raised $1.5 million. Despite this massive flash crash, their marketing budget is still in the tens of billions of dollars that they didn't raise. So instead of having to worry about VC pressures, they have none of that. Their pressure is, our marketing budget just got cut because our token price is down. But they don't have to change what they're doing. They just, other than maybe if they were thinking about a big activation or a big sponsorship they might do, they might have to punt that. They might have to push that back or cancel it. You know, I don't know the deal they agreed to with. They've got a Phase partnership, a Phase Gaming. It's not my world, but pretty big brand in that space, and they've landed a big partner there. Probably start seeing that stuff come. If that's a hit, if that starts resonating, if the Giant Eagle partnership takes off and they get you know, they get a resell or a sell through and sell back into Giant Eagle and grow that, like they're building a real business. That excites me. I do hold a sliver of equity in REKT drinks. I do hold some REKT coin, and I hold a REKT guy NFT. None of the above is life-changing money in any way, shape, or form. I appreciate how they're building. They're building a real business. I like the brand coin thesis. Is it going to be volatile? Does it take some cojones? Yes, but they don't. I think they're in a much better position than most people building businesses in this space, because they don't have the VC debt pressures. They're not having to answer to VCs at all. Like, I don't think anyone that was in that, like, I'm guessing that I don't think I can find details that websites or links aren't working right now, but my guess is their 1.5 million raise, it might not have been equity. I don't know. They might have raised it just off token, or they might have raised it off it could have been debt. If it was equity, I'm guessing it was less than 10%. Guessing. I don't know. I just don't think. Well, what I do know is it was only $1.5 million, and it was just a seed round, and I think mostly just friends and family. I don't think.
I still think by the way, I agree with you. I love what they're doing. I love what they're building. I just think there needs to be a reason for people to want to hold the token or spend the token outside of just like, I want to be part of the company. Like, I just don't think that's enough for the price to go up. Like, I don't know what I'm sure, listen, they're smart guys. They have to be thinking of a way to convince people to want to hold this token and even acquire more of this token. And I don't know, like, if the answer is like, oh, let's just, as we, again, discounts, I don't know, bonus points. I don't know what the answer is. It just, I want it to go back to 400 million, 500 million, but it just, seeing how it's with tokens, right? Like, you just talked about all the reasons why people are bullish on ApeCoin, deflationary, and all these other things. I would love to hear some thesis from them or somebody that says, like, this is why you should be acquiring this token right now. Because, again, maybe it's deflationary. Hey, every time, we get a new order or sell through or whatever, we're going to buy up the token and burn it or whatever. I don't know. Again, I'm not a big fan of token burns. I'm just talking, but I just think there needs to be besides saying, like, brand loyalty, like, I want to be a part of this brand, so I'm going to hold this token. I think they got to come up with something.
So I don't disagree. I don't know what that is. I would like there to be, to me, part of the brand coin thesis, part of the next gen loyalty rewards program is more, I think, in my head anyways, I don't know what it is. I just think it's more than simply, oh, I got this token I can sell. I think I agree with you. A reason to hold said token for some sort of utility or something other than just number go up, I do agree. That's like the real long-term catalyst they need. I'm going to read this. This was a post from a while ago. It was, sorry for making anyone sick, May 20th of this year. So this is a good, like, trip down history lane on REKT. I'm not going to read the whole thing, just kind of timeline stuff here. They minted their NFTs in May of 22. It's a free mint, 8,800 NFTs, extremely strong community. From meme to brand, in summer of 23, they saw the potential to scale beyond NFTs. The logo, his handwriting felt very brandable. We chose drinks as the physical product, mass marketable, on brand with REKT guy holding one. The drinks are simply flavored sparkling water, 0 alcohol, 0 caffeine, less than 5 grams of sugar per can. Drink one, 10,000 units for an in real life event. Feedback was great. They knew they had something special. Then the Web3 integration came along. equity drop came in April of 24. They gave 10% of REKT Brands, which is the parent company that owns REKT Drinks, to REKT Guy NFT holders. Only 5% claimed. So they gave away 10% of that. Only 50% or 5% total was claimed. No promise were ever made around NFTs. This was more about aligning the community and company for real. First big launch was 250,000 drinks. 222,000 of those went up for sale in October 24. U.S. supply sold out in 4 hours. Global supply was gone in 44 hours across 32 countries. Our numbers beat major UK sparkling water brands for daily volume and major retailers. Even if short-lived, it proved a point where Web3 can scale in real life. Then this was the capital raise in November 24. They raised $1.5 million via a SAFE, which is, if you're not familiar, it's a simple agreement for future equity from angels and friends. No VCs. Keep things community first. People backed our vision, or us just believed in the chaos. Does not say how much they gave up, how much equity they gave up, but I would imagine it was very small. I'm going to guess less, 10% or less for $1.5 million. Then the REKT token came in November 24 as well, as a no vesting meme coin airdrop to NFT holders, social questers, drink buyers. 39.2% was held for future rewards. FTV peaked at 130, then dipped to 13 million in March of this year. So we're talking, oh my God, it's over the $62 million market cap. March of this year was 13 million. I was there. I was holding. I remember. This is also why I'm not freaking out today, because I was there for the drawback. I didn't sell or think about even selling my REKT. I was on a multi-year, if not decade-long journey with this team, and it made me easy not to stress price action. So it dipped to 13 million in March when the market dipped. This was following, obviously, the Trump coin and everything that followed there. In April, they bought back 100K of REKT at a $20 million FTV. Again, today it's 90. So their 100K is now 500K just on their buy there from April. In May, then they launched another 223,000 drinks with Abstract. Buyers earned REKT. The entire supply sold out in 40 minutes worldwide. REKT Brands also purchased an additional 100K then at 60 million FTV. Still believing the token was undervalued. Again, this is May. That 60 million FTV is now over 90 million. So their two team buys, the 100K chunks, are both up. This brings the present day value with the token sitting at FTV of 90 million with the REKT airdrop. So this thesis here, when people finally started paying attention in May, the token's basically at the same price. Not bad.
Yeah, I just got to the gym.
Hey, I appreciate you hanging out with me today.
Of course.
To you, and appreciate the assistance.
Always a pleasure.
We're probably going to wind things down. I didn't think we'd go over 90 minutes yet. Here we are. So thank you, sir. Greatly appreciate it. Good chatting with you this morning. Have a great workout. Trying to find some comments, but Jeremy has taken over the chat. I can't read all that. I need a TLDR, buddy. I appreciate the engagement. It's too much for me this morning. I don't have enough coffee in me. Again, if you zoom out, go read this post. I'm going to retweet it right now. So if X is back up, you can see it. June, July, August, September, October, November. This was 6 months ago. 6 months ago. Market went up and market has crashed. I gotta search. Bitcoin price on May 20th, 25 was, imagine that. Anyone want to guess in the chat what Bitcoin, don't look, don't search it. What was the Bitcoin price on May 20th of 2025? Any guesses? I'll give you guys a second. Everyone who's popping into spaces now, hello, welcome. Thank you for finding us. X has been down all morning. It's kind of coming in and out, but we're primarily over on Abstract and YouTube this morning. It does seem to be coming back, but I think because our space was started while it was down, it's most people can't find it. Speaking of, OSF is doing a live stream at 3 p.m. Eastern to talk through what happened and answer any questions. Thomas, you got a link for that, or is it just in OSF's account? I missed it. I haven't been pinning anything up top just because space has been down, but appreciate you sharing. I'll tune in today. I'll look forward to checking that out. I don't see any guesses. Oh, Thomas guessed 82K. That was Bitcoin. That's what he guessed was Bitcoin price in on May 20th when Ovi wrote this post. Iceman guesses 93. You're all wrong. So this post talking about basically the brand coin thesis, May 20th. And what I say, the FDV at the time of this post was 90 million. So today, after this massive crash, it is 9 million more. It's up basically 10%. So REKT is up 10% from this post in May. Bitcoin on May 20th was $105,000. Bitcoin's down 10% in that time frame. REKT is up 10% in the time frame. I know the volatility is like, oh, we can freak out. Zoom out, chill out, relax. You got a real team building something. You got a real team buying back their token. You got a real team that's got tens of millions of dollars in a marketing fund that they created because of this model. And the team is showing you that price action doesn't freak them out. You know what would be freaking me out? You know what would be cause me to lose my conviction in REKT coin, in the brand thesis, or the brand coin thesis and in REKT, is if OSF comes out, you know what, it's over. We had to liquidate our holdings. We just don't think the brand coin's going to work. And we had to sell our entire stake. Not only did they not do that, what I love so much about it, I didn't see one single post about that. People aren't freaking out. People aren't thinking, oh, it's the team rugging. They know they're not going to, the community, the holders, everyone knows that Ovi, Mando, I think probably Tabs as well, that entire team, they don't need the money from REKT. They don't need to liquidate. They've made it. They've had their big wins. They won huge last cycle. Tens of millions of dollars up trading. They could be done, but they're building a real business. Price action isn't going to affect them, other than I wouldn't be surprised at 3 o'clock they said, yeah, we bought another 100K of REKT because we think it's undervalued here. There's no altcoin that is going to go up only when Bitcoin goes from 105 to 90 and fear and greed's at 10 or 20 or whatever. The market has been insane the last 6 months, and REKT coin is up 10%. Now, did it go up a lot higher than that and it's pulled back? Yeah, but it's not went to zero. And it's still higher than the thesis from May when everyone started getting excited about REKT coin in the brand thesis. Bullish. I don't know what else to say. I just retweeted that if anyone wants to go read the whole thing in detail. But yeah, I didn't realize that it was actually that those were the numbers, that it was only 90 million FDV when this came out in May. And they're, unless I missed other buys, at least those that were in this thing, all the team buys are still up. Yeah, I do appreciate everyone powering through the X issues this morning. Interesting day today. If you missed the opening, you really just missed me and Joey talking about celebrity doppelgangers, aging, and other nonsense. But X does seem to be back. Cloudflare, I'll go check the Cloudflare site. It looks like it says a fix has been implemented and believe the incident is now resolved. Continuing to monitor for errors to ensure all services are back to normal. That came out just 1 minute ago. So we should be good. Tune into OSF's live stream today at 3 p.m. Eastern time and get more. His last post today includes that link. Thanks again for that. Appreciate you sharing. Excuse me. Yeah, also looking forward to seeing many of you at in Miami as well. May or may not be sleeping in my car because I've not booked a hotel yet. If anyone has a couch or a guest room they'd like to share, I haven't even looked at hotel prices, but having done this before, I'm probably looking at either a like a CD level hotel or an Airbnb. Last year I just stayed in an Airbnb. It was fine. It was just like a condo that was like no frills, but clean room, and that's all really all I need. I'm not hanging out in my room anyways. Just need a bed. That's it. Gator Son has a bunk bed. Appreciate the offer, if that's an offer. probably prefer my car over a bunk bed, but no offense meant by that. Good stuff. I truly appreciate everyone hanging out today. It's not often that X goes down for a full show. Back in the day, I'm old enough to remember we had this happened once or twice before, and we did Coffee with Captain in voice chat in Discord. And no need for that now that we're live streaming. One more post and then we'll wind things down, let you guys get on your day. This is also this came out this morning. Let me share this and then I will let you guys get out of here. But this is out from OSF this morning on the update. Looks like Morpho supply was levered up again last night and again liquidated overnight, causing a wick lower. Morpho holdings back down to 0.27%. Meaningful leverage wiped out. Includes the Morpho wallet to track. Over the past few months, I've had many calls with a wide range of people, funds, pitching REKT. Many were interested but felt they had missed the trade. Read that again. Over the last few months, I've had many calls with a wide range of investors, people, funds, pitching REKT. Many were interested but felt they had missed the trade. Guess where we're at now? Same levels we were back in May when all this started. I'm doing my rounds again starting today because I believe it's a unique opportunity to look at something that is pulled back for a technical reason, leverage liquidations, but with a lot going for it. My DMs are open. He's becoming my favorite founder. The way this guy moves, it's impressive. I'm going to spend today putting together a concise one-pager and/or X posts, which will circulate both publicly and through our channels to whales, funds, get the pitch out there broadly. I'll be doing video live stream today at 3 p.m. Eastern to talk through what happened and answer any questions people have. At the risk of sounding perpetually optimistic, it sucks to see liquidations. What does it create is a lot of attention, and we'll be looking to capitalize on it as much as we can while we're in the limelight. We'll be putting out updates where relevant. As a founder, there's things you can't control, like overall price action and actions of other market participants. But if you believe in decentralization, you have to be ready for occasional chaos. If you believe in decentralization, you have to be ready for occasional chaos. But I'm not going to sit here and point fingers or just hide behind it. It's not my fault. In situations like this, you have two options. I said I wasn't going to cuss anymore on today's show. Sit there with something in your hand, a male appendage, or get off your arse and do something about it. And I'm in the later category. I can't control the market. I can't time tops. It's hard to time tops, hard to time bottoms. What I think I have a knack for is identifying good people. My intuition has a pretty decent track record on not just good people, but good founders. And maybe he's the best poker player of all time. I don't think that's the case. I think this is just how he's wired. Having this mentality on a day where your token got crushed for something you really, quite frankly, can't control. Not everyone's wired like that. And I think this is just who he is. I believe what Ovi says, and it makes me want to buy more. I'm not a whale. I'm not a fund. I'm not managing a fund. But I'm going to go see, look what I can sell today to buy some REKT, because this, just like there's no pure meme coin in the world that has someone leading it like this, as far as I know. There's not many, there's few brand coins. There's not many utility tokens that have a leader that can take blows and respond like this. There's not many NFT collections that have founders and teams that can take blows and respond like this. It's just like, I don't even need to see the chart. This is I bet on people and teams. This is a good one. So much so, if I make some moves today and token goes from 99 million FTV or 99 million FTV to 50 million, I don't care. I truly don't, because I'm not buying this this play for me is not a short-term flip. I want to be along for the ride. I want to root for this team. I want to support this team. And if they accomplish their vision and their goals, I don't see that future where the FTV is 97 million, especially not in an actual raging bull market. Now, just to be clear, I don't expect return to all-time high this month, this year, maybe in 2026. I'm also fully, like, I'd be making the move to fully being okay if that time isn't not just 2026, but it's 2028, 2029, 2030. I'm super impressed with how they built, how they move, how they respond to crises, black swan events, some might call it. Just, I'm more convicted. My conviction in REKT today is much greater, actually, than it was yesterday before the flash crash, before it sold off 28% in the last 24 hours, because of how they respond, because of how the team is moving. That's what I like investing in, not parts, not TA. Just, I don't understand that stuff. I understand people. I understand builders. I built some businesses, and these are the times when you can really understand what a team is about, not when they've had 17 green candles in a row. That's easy. That's all rainbows and butterflies. It's easy to be go team REKT. It's really hard to be go team REKT when token crashed 48% of the day. Diego says, I can use your condo in Brickell. Like, do you really have a condo in Brickell? I absolutely hit you up. I'll take you up on that if you're serious. Diego, you would be the man. You are the man. But yeah, I would absolutely take you up on that if that's a real offer. Sorry, Pinsight Grader, a condo in Brickell, it trumps a bunk bed, sharing a bunk bed with your son 40 minutes away. No offense. Appreciate all the offers. Yes, we simply bought more REKT yesterday, simply buying more REKT today. Looks like we should have got REKT and chilled. They also have a golf outing coming up soon. Activation the week before Art Basel. Again, I don't think. Oh, he says, I wish. I'm just broke set, just dreaming. Still appreciate the offer. I grateful you would offer your fake condo to me. Means a lot. Truly. Sorry, the voice is going. This is the cap you get. I've got I can talk for like 90 minutes straight without a breather, be fine. But once I start getting into that second half of the second hour, the voice starts getting a little crackly. Steve does more than you know on this show. Steve might be able to go 4 hours solid without taking a beat. I can't. Excuse me. Need honey. And following up on the earlier conversation, thinks the company has a good shot, but the coin might be cooked. That's just where we respectfully disagree. I don't think the company becomes a ongoing sustainable brand in the drink space and the coin is cooked. I don't see that happening. I think there's enough people in this space that will want a piece of that coin if the thing takes off. And again, not having any VC debt, that matters. That's a big deal. It's not VCs telling them what to do or calling the shots. It's OSF and team. And not only is he telling us what he's going to do, they're doing the thing. Like, they're not freaking out. They're continuing to build, and they're just getting started. It's incredible what they've built in a year. Incredible. I've never built a drink brand. I built some businesses. I built a business that went from startup and didn't raise $1.5 million. I raised 90 grand and grew it into almost 8 figures in year one, high 7 figures. And in year two, we were doing north of 10 million in annual revenues. Would peak out at like 25 to 30. Been there, done that. And it's very, very hard to do it in this short time. I don't care what kind of business it is. It's challenging without major funding. And $1.5 million is not major funding. They don't owe debt to them, though. They don't owe debt. It was a safe. Sorry, Von Front, I'm responding to your no VCs. They do have investors, but they were friends and family that invest in a safe. So it's access to future equity. It's no debt. Like, there's not a debt service. They're not paying interest on that $1.5 million. Those investors can someday convert their safe to actual equity in REKT drinks, but there's no debt. They haven't raised debt. They haven't raised via debt. Unless I'm completely misreading something, it was a safe. They basically brought in $1.5 million and they can continue to do whatever they want, because the $1.5 million were friends and family, people that trust them and said, hey, go do your thing. You don't need to respond to us. You don't even need to pay debt back to us. We're good. We're in. Yeah. In the second question, where are the good REKT LPs? Meteora was paying 7% yesterday. That's what I need to be doing. This is a leak in my game. Coins I hold spot, I should be LPing much more frequently. I need to do, what do you call it? A neutral strategy where I don't want to slide into one, like a single-sided LP. Is my verbiage correct? Can you do REKT where I keep it in REKT coin? Is that a thing? I'm not the, my LPing is very, not polished. I'm not the LP expert, but that's what I would like to do. I need to buy some more REKT and then get in an LP and start earning. I'll take 7% for something I'm long on. We made it 2 hours, or at least 1 hour and 55 minutes, despite X rugging us all. Shout out to everyone who came back. This is maybe the most listeners we have in X all morning with X. I'm still getting post not loading on my end, so I don't know how that's working. Maybe it's coming back intermittently, or again, I really don't know. But I see some notifications now. It's starting to pop a little bit, but should be back fully live here in no time. And I'll be tuning into OSF here at 3 to hear what he has to say. I don't know if that was the big news yesterday. There's probably others. REKT Pingu, yeah. I don't know, man. I don't feel great about Pingu right now. I shouldn't even went there because this isn't. I'm not trying to critique. I just, for all the conviction and confidence I have in REKT because of how the team is moving, I don't have that same conviction in Pingu. And it's not really how the team is moving. I just like to feel like, what's the thesis? How does this work? I in my head, it's very clear for how REKT is going to continue to build. And if they do what they're setting out to me, it's like, it's just connecting the dot that if they accomplish their goals for REKT drinks, I think REKT coin will go back up. I'm confused with what Igloo is doing right now. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the model is. For a while, I thought it was, I really did think it was like leaning into toys, and not that they're getting out of the toy business. That just doesn't seem to be like, that's not their, and probably shouldn't be their sole focus. It's growing the IP. I don't know. It's like, it's been maybe an odd silence, and they're not been silent. If you would have asked me like 6 months ago, who are like the actual leading KOLs who are also team leaders or founders or presidents of crypto native brands, Luca would have been in that conversation. He would have been on that short list. I'm not saying Luca's changed. He's just, maybe it's my timeline. Maybe he's just fallen off my algorithm. I just haven't seen Luca in that team moving the same way recently as I felt they were. I felt like he could get attention on the drop of the bucket. I don't know if they're still able to get that same attention. And quite frankly, this makes me more bullish REKT, because if you compare the two, the thesis for me for REKT coin is stronger than that of Pingu, and Pingu is still trading at an FDV of over $1 billion. So for me, it's a lot easier to see REKT going from 90 million to $1 billion than it is to see Pingu going from $1 billion to 10 billion. I don't know what catalyst would drive that. And I don't know exactly what Igloo is building. I don't know what Pingu's place is. I understand more of what REKT coin is than I do Pingu. And yeah, I don't really want REKT Pingu LP. If anyone has any suggestions there how I can do a single-sided one and not slide on a REKT, that would be great. I just want to earn on my REKT for a holding spot. That's it. Hopefully that's not too much to ask. The Epic says they're moving in silence, referencing Igloo and the Pingu team. Pretty frustrated right now. He wasn't posting while on the W month Asia tour. It's probably a miss. I'm not being critical. It's easy for me to say this. I'm easy Monday morning quarterback. This isn't FUD. I keep it real. It's just my perspective. They've kind of fallen off. in the scope. I'm not saying they've fallen off. They've fallen out of the attention of crypto Twitter to some degree, not completely, just to some degree. And whether you're talking Pingu, whether you're talking Penguins, whether you're talking abstract, all the above, Luke is the front man. He's the spokesperson. He's going to make that move like no one else can. And I don't think it's in their best interest for any of those in terms of price action for him to go silent for a month, unless they're out there buying their token, moving in silence and just waiting for their moment. I thought that moment was going to be December. I thought they're going to have some big stuff humming in Art Basel. Now I don't know. Maybe they punt stuff back into 2026. The market is doing what it's doing now in a few weeks. There's also the risk. I feel for these teams, whether it's going, live with a token like Abstract, TGE coming up, or all of them really, from Abstract to OpenSea to MetaMask to even Monad and Mega ETH. Like this, if you've been building for years and we're ready finally, and then the market's like throws you a big middle finger, sucks. I don't know the right answer. I'm glad I don't have to make those decisions, whether I would ship now in despite market conditions or wait until market conditions are right. I think like Burb, Spencer is on record, like they're going to wait until the market's ready, and now's not the time. So all that being said, I'm deducing that if now isn't the time for big activations, I wouldn't be surprised if the bottom is not in for Pingu, because until they have a catalyst, and I think that those activations, Abstract, Luca, those are the catalysts. I don't know if we'll see them while the market's suppressed. Just one man's opinion. No financial advice. Don't follow me in any of these trades. Hold a sliver of Pingu. I did sell some of my Pingu a little while back. I may consider flipping the rest into REKT today if I can still buy this dip. All that said, you all are legends. Appreciate you being here through the X issues. Appreciate you being here through my cracky voices that starts to fade. Go listen to OSF at 3:00 Eastern today if you want to catch more on and hear it directly from his mouth on what happened yesterday, as well as where they're heading. I'm not going to be surprised if they announce another team buy. Feeling the token is undervalued at the moment. Maybe not. Just a guess. We'll be back tomorrow, 8 a.m. Eastern, hopefully here on X. No carousel to sell, or shale, no link yet. We'll be back tomorrow. And as Steve would say, we hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day, everyone.
Thanks for tuning into Coffee with Captain, powered by ApeCoin. We hope you enjoyed the show, and remember, nothing we discussed today is financial advice. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and we'll see you soon. Have a great day.
Welcome to the future.